Hello and welcome back to week number 4 of CNMS 165. Today we're going to be going over cascading styling sheets, better known as CSS. To start off, we're going to go to the CNMS 165 folder, go to week number 4, practice, and then we're going to create 2 new files. The first file is going to be our index.html, so we can just name it index. And then we're going to create a new file and name it style. We're then going to make a new folder. We're going to name this folder assets. We can then move our style sheet into our assets folder. Let's go ahead and open up our index file, go to File, Save As, and let's name this index.html. Remember to do the save as type as all files. We now see that 2 files have been created. Let's go into our assets, right click on our style, edit, file, save as, and this time we're going to save it as .css. And we're going to save it as all files. We can delete the text document. On my particular computer, you see 2 different items show up. One is a Firefox HTML document, and the other one is a cascading styling sheet. This can be opened up in Adobe Dreamweaver. However, for this tutorial, we're going to be editing it in Notepad. We can also still open this file using Notepad. So what we're going to do is right-click on it, open with, and choose Notepad. This is our index, and then if we go over to assets, right click on our style, edit, this is our style. Let's go ahead and make these so that they're both up at the same time. So we now have our index file and our style file. Within our index, let's go ahead and add our basic elements of HTML. And then save it. So let's also add in a title to this page. And then within our body, let's add a heading. So we have now created a new index file. However, what are we going to do with the style sheet? Well, first what we need to do is make a connection between this index file and this style sheet. To do this is rather easy. We need to enter in the data in the head. So we would do bracket link, linking our 2 files, rel, standing for the relationship. So the relationship of the file that we're trying to link is a style sheet. Type, this is the type of file that we're linking. This would be a text/CSS file. And then we have our href. Hrefs are just like how we use for linking to other pages of websites, except for we're going to say where this file is being saved. So I know that I have saved it in my assets folder, and then I have it saved as style.css. Now I can save that, and we have successfully connected our style sheet to our index file. A way to check this is by going to our style sheet and typing body, curly bracket, background color, blue, saving our style sheet, and then opening this index file in Firefox. Oops, looks like I did something wrong. Let's go ahead and look at our index. And we see that the issue is my CSS file is style, and my index says that I'm using styles. So let's go ahead and change our index, and let's look at our Firefox again. And we've made our connection. Now that we've made our connection, we can go ahead and get rid of the horrible blue background. However, with style sheets, we should definitely do something. So let's figure out some things that we can do with our style sheet. We've already seen that we can add a background color. However, what if I wanted to change the font color of the whole website? So say that I wanted to change every font to be the same color. I would use my body tag, and I would say color, and I would set the color to whatever color I'd like. So say I wanted to do the color red. I would save, open my page, and we see that my H1 tag is red, which is great, but say we wanted to make it so that other elements on this page were a different color. What we would do is minimize Firefox, go into here, and set H1 color red, close our bracket, and then say paragraph color blue. So now if I add a paragraph underneath my H1, and save my index, as well as saving out my style sheet, and then refreshing in Firefox, we now see that my H1 tag is red, but my paragraph is blue. So say that we wanted to make it so that the paragraph tag had a different font than the H1 tag. What we would do is go into our paragraph selector, which is right here. We know that it's the paragraph selector because this is the tag for the paragraph. We would go inside the rule, which the rule is everything that is written inside of these brackets, and we would make a declaration. The declaration for this was color, which is the property name, and then blue, which is the property value. So for this, what I'm going to do is set my property name be font family. And then I'm going to set my property value sans, which means no, and then serif, which I'm not actually sure what serif means, but if you happen to know, say it down below. What I've always determined to be the serif is the curly bits that are added onto a font. So, now that we have saved this out, we can go over into Firefox, and we see right here that these are a serif font because they have the curly parts on the font. So now if we refresh, we see that our H1 tag has stayed with the curly bits, however our paragraph tag is now flat, sans serif. Now say that we wanted to make it so that the paragraph tag was going to be bold. What we could do is write font weight bold. Now if we save and load up our Firefox page, our paragraph is now bold. Say that we also want to make it so that our font for the paragraph is italicized. What we would do is go to font, style, and we would say italic. We would then save the page, refresh our Firefox document, and see that our font is now italicized. We have one more section of the paragraph that I want to show you guys that we can do with font. So by going to font, we can go to font size and enter any amount. This can be done in pixels, percentages, EMs, CMs, and a whole bunch of other types of measurements. For this, I'm going to do pixels. So I'm going to say 28 pixels. I'm going to save and refresh this HTML file, and we see now that our paragraph tag is larger than our H1 tag. We could also make it so that our H1 tag is smaller. So we could say font size 5 pixels. Refresh our page, and now our font for H1 is very tiny. So this is just a taste of what CSS can truly do. In our next video, we're going to be using Dreamweaver, where you are going to be able to see every property name and value that can be added for a CSS class. So, I will see you next video, and I hope that you guys have a great day.